Hey guys, so I am stuffing my cash envelopes for this month. And since we talked about budgeting and I did that live, if you haven't seen it, I will put a card up above for you to go to that live where I talk about how I do my budget and how it has helped me to be able to, for one, get out of debt, two, stay out of debt, and three, make sure that I have a very comfortable savings. So I was about to do my envelopes and I thought I'd share with you guys how I do that because I seriously do um, cash envelopes. I don't just talk about it, I actually do it. So I'm pulling my envelopes out of, I keep them in this little binder thing. I made these myself. This is just what is this? I took what am I thinking of? Laminate paper. And I just I manipulated it in order to make these clear pouches. So in the front, let me take that off. It said done. That's because it used to be. But in the front, I add like little stickers and then I add what it is with the little letter stickers just because I like stickers. So this one is my subscriptions. So the stuff that's in here used to be those things, but those are not all my subscriptions anymore. I've canceled some of these, but it used to be Costco, a program I use for homeschool, for my daughter, and then WeVideo, which was a program I used to use for my videos on here, and different stuff like that. Nintendo, Microsoft, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so as you noticed when I showed you, there is cash already in some of these. Actually, there's cash in all of them. This one this is my car maintenance one. So there's cash in my bank account. Once it got to a certain amount, I moved the money from here into my bank account because I didn't want to have a ridiculous amount of money in my home for something like that. When usually if you're going to deal with a major card issue, you're going to use your card. So I transferred that money into a separate savings account within my bank. So anyway, those are my ones that I keep in a separate, binder, and I keep this locked up and everything in the safe so that it's safe in here. And then I have ones that I carry with myself every day. This is my wallet that I carry daily. I don't think I'm filling all of these, but in my wallet I keep my grocery. I used to do a cash envelope for gas. I no longer do that. I don't like going inside of the gas station, so I pay for my gas with my card. So I just keep it in my account. I have one for self-care, for medical, which just pays for like if we need medicines or anything like that out of the normal, like it's cold and flu season right now. So stuff like that. I have one that I do for my crafting stuff. And then I have a miscellaneous one that I stick in the back of my my wallet, like when I just have extra money, just because I do. So I'm going to sit this over here. And I did my budget. I'm going to stick a picture of my budget on the screen so you can see it. And I am going to begin stuffing my envelopes. So I'm going to start with, do I have that one on here? I do. So I'm going to start with my gifts. So my gifts envelope is for like birthdays, really, mostly, or like a baby shower or something out of the norm like that, a wedding, things like that. It's not for my Christmas. I do that one separately. So I am putting $25 in that one. And usually I don't move that money from here to my account because I usually give, I'm usually going to just go buy the item, or if it's like birthdays, My oldest one, I just give her cash because she'd rather have cash. So then I have these trackers, and I just put the date, and I don't really know what today is. It's either the 22nd or 23rd. I think it's the 23rd. Let me see. Yes, today is the 23rd. And I just put it as a deposit. I put $25 in there. And then I just update how much is in there. And then I'm done with that one. So then, did I add that one? Yep. My school office one. This is for anything I need for homeschooling or anything that I need for my office. It's also getting $25. So, and these I don't put a whole lot in them because I don't spend a whole lot, so I don't need a whole lot in them. I budget for my gifts one, 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 500 a year. So yeah. It's not like an awful lot, and it's not like 500 just sits in there because the birthdays come and go. So, I update what's in that one. So, I'm going to put that there. Stick the cash in there. And that one's done. And then my home and maintenance and decor. So like if I want to buy anything for the house, that's what goes in this one. Mostly the only thing I end up paying for out of this one is our grass getting cut. So I have here $50 is going in there. So we got $50. Oh, actually 10 is going in the front. So I put the 40 there, 10 in the front, and 23, and it has, actually, I think I need to check that one only because I'm like, did I take from that one and forget to write it down? Nope. Okay. Because I know I just did our last cut of the year recently, and I couldn't remember if I tracked it. And I did. So, there's that one. This is my daughter's. I call my daughter Moo Moo. So I just put Moo on there. My youngest daughter. And I use this one for anything she needs. So clothes, shoes, anything for her. That's like normal things you're going to get for your child throughout the year. So not like her birthday, Christmas and stuff. This is for normal things that she's going to need. Seasons change, new clothes are needed, shoes are needed, whatever. Things like that. And that's what I use that one for. And I have probably, let's see what I put down for her. I thought so, 50. All right. So I'm going to add 50 to hers, $50. And hers is done. And then I also do one for my grandson just because I want to. But no, I do. And I call him Bubba. That's why it says that his name is Tristan, but I call him Bubba. And I'd like to get him outfits and shoes and stuff when the seasons change. Because even though my daughter and his dad don't ask for that, I know it helps. So, and plus I want to do it. It gives me something to buy for my grandson rather than buying a bunch of toys and stuff. So, I do that every time the season change. I get him more things so that he can have clothes and stuff that they'll need for that season. So I have 25 going into his, And I have to see if I can find another 5 in one of my other envelopes that I can swap out, because I need a 5. So I'm going to put 30 in there for now. I might leave it at 30. We'll see. But I wrote down 25 when I did that one. And I know this is my saving. This is a savings game that I do. It looks like a Monopoly board. It's called Savopoly. So what I do is I go onto the intranets and I pull up virtual dice, and that's what it looks like, a Monopoly board. And I roll the virtual dice on the thing, and then I take it around, and then I use like a little dot to mark where I stopped at. So then when I go back around, when I have to do it again, I know where I stopped at and where I gotta go. And each little block is a number, a dollar amount. And that's how much I put in my envelope for that. But I stopped putting in there because it got to an amount that I felt like was enough for what I spend, what me and my husband spend for Christmas and stuff. We don't be spending like that. So, and my kids don't halfway ask for nothing anyway. Car maintenance, which is this one. And you, like I said, you would have seen already all these things in my in the picture I showed of my budget. So car maintenance gets 50. And like I said, that one actually has cash in the bank account. So, because I had too much in here. But since I've done some car maintenance, I'm like, I need to start putting towards that one again. So, because I had stopped contributing to it for a little bit. According to this, I want to count and make sure it's what it says it is, according to my, because I don't, like I said, I just started putting back into this one. Yep. All right. I'll be trying to make sure, y'all, because sometimes I'll be messing up. I ain't gonna lie. Subscriptions. So like I said, these are like I have a Costco, I have a Sam's Club, I still have the Nintendo, I have this homeschool program, different stuff like that. So my, I have my Ring doorbell system thing. So those all together, I had $25, $30 going into that envelope. So $30 going into that one. Yep. This is another one where there's cash already in my account for it because it was getting too much in there. So, well, not too much, but it had already I had already met my full goal for the year, 23. I'm trying to talk and remember dates at the same time. So what did I put in there? 30. All right. And that one's done. And then we have car insurance. This is another one where the money I have actually my next year bill amount, if it's the same as this year. So what I do is I budget it based on what I paid for the year that I last paid for it. So what I paid this year for car insurance is what I budgeted. I already have that amount saved up in my my separate savings account. So this is building up for 2024's insurance payment. So car insurance, I had $40 going to that one. So $40 into the car insurance envelope. I'm looking at the, oh, never mind. I'm looking at the date and that ain't making sense. I understand now. $40. Okay. So that one is done. So those are all the ones that I keep and my one that's in my safe. That's all of those. So those all have been filled for the month of October. I only fill them once a month. So they're budgeted to go have money go into them once a month when I do my monthly budget. And now I'm going to put them back into my little binder. I don't usually take these out when I fill them. I'm just taking them out for the video because I don't usually do that. But that's how simple it is to keep the envelopes, and I just find it easy for me. I mean, you definitely want to have somewhere to store it so that you know that somebody's not just, you know, but you're the only one who's usually going to know that you have that. And you know, your spouse or whoever, and you know, you just keep it locked away in case of emergency. I mean, the world we live in right now, it might be times where the ATMs and stuff are now. So a lot of times having cash on hand is very beneficial. So the only other ones that I'm going to put in for is my crafting. And so let me mark the ones that I did. So I didn't do my groceries, self-care, because groceries have already been done for this month. Self-care has already been done for this month. And the crafting, my planner crafting one has not. So other than that, I think I did all, yep, I did all my other ones. My crafting shows 25. Like I said, I don't have any 5s. So it looks like I'm going to end up putting 30 into that one. So it's going to get 30 bucks. But right now it has nothing because somebody's been spending. So today is the last time I used this one has been a little while, so I hadn't been putting anything really in there. And I'm going to put 30 in there, so I will have $30. All right, so those are what I have filled based on my budget. Like I said, groceries and self-care were already taken care of. So I still have cash left that I did not fill. $170. So what I do is I try to have a as close to a zero-based budget as I can. So I account for savings, like all my bills, savings. I don't like to have money just willy-nilly sitting around. I like to give it a purpose or a job. So if it has no purpose at the moment, sometimes I will slide it into my savings. That way I don't feel like I could just go swipey crazy with my card. I try not to use my bank card at all too much. That's the reason I take cash to do things. Even when I do my groceries, I take cash. And just so you can see, there's my grocery one. Yes, it has a lottery ticket in there. It's a $2 winner. But there's my grocery one. It's all split up in like struggling because I use it the most. And it usually has the most money in it. But I budget $400 a month for groceries. I've already used our grocery budget. Like I said, usually I also do an eating out one. Lately we haven't been doing that as much. I usually have a gas one. That's my self-care one. I have spent money in it. Hence, you can see there's a little bit change in there. I actually went and got my nails done today. That's part of my self-care. Whatever I want to do with it is for me. Nails were today. But like I said, I have a medical one, and I just use that for like if I need to get some cold medicine or something like that. It's empty right now, but that's because I have a HSA card. So there's some money on that. If you know what that is. I mean, in this world, I don't think there's too many people who don't have that these days. This is my planner one that I just put money in. And then my miscellaneous one just looks like this. Has a little doll on it, but there's nothing in there. And the thing on the back behind there's my register for that one. So, yeah. That's how I do it, guys, though. I just wanted to share with you how I go about filling those. And how simple it is to do so. I mean, always it's not an even amount for me. It is now because I'm, like I said, debt free. I mean, really the only debt I have is my mortgage. But before that, sometimes when I was putting money in there, it may be, it wasn't, I never used change. I would round up or down dollar wise, but I might put $6 or I don't know, whatever. I could budget for that particular thing if it wasn't something that we needed like right away. So groceries always was like, you know, something that I knew we were going to need a certain amount for. Actually, my $400 budget is higher than it used to be. When my daughter, my oldest daughter, was still living at home was when I first started doing this. And she's 26 now. And she hasn't lived at home since she was 22, I think. And at that time, I was budgeting $75 a month per person. So I cook a lot. We don't eat out a lot. So that's how I'm able to do that. And I just followed sales. I couponed and made it work so that I could get out of debt. So, you know, it worked for me. Now I do 400 and there's only 3 of us. Well, now I'm buying some things, buying just a little bit more things. I mean, 400 still doesn't probably seem like a lot for most people. 400 is plenty for us. That's even with me budgeting a couple times a year to stock up my upright freezer. So I have a freezer, you know, that I stock that's an upright, that's a pretty big freezer. So yeah. But guys, I just wanted to share that, just show you how easy that was. You don't have to use those little cutesy. I'm a crafty, cutesy type of person who likes to have those type of things. So I made those. I followed somebody on YouTube who did it, and I made them from that. But when I first started, I used envelopes that you mail a letter with. I bought a Dollar Tree, bought a box of envelopes. I would label them what they were. I kept my grocery just the same as I do. I kept my grocery, gas, and certain ones with me. I didn't even have a self-care one back then. Self-care what? We ain't got time for that. I got to get out of debt. So those were things that got added later. Self-care, planner, craft stuff. Even stuff as much as car insurance, car maintenance, all those things. I didn't have envelopes for those. I knew I had to pay for those things, but those things were like, you know, I made it work. So now I'm at a point where I'm usually ahead for the year that I need to pay for those items. So I just keep doing that. Even though I'm ahead, I'd rather just stay ahead than to be figuring out how I'm gonna pay that thing when it comes. So I just keep saving, even though I already have money to pay my next year's car insurance. It might be more. Then I just take it from what I have in the envelope, put that in the account, let that come out, and then I save for the next year that amount that I pay next year. So, and so on and so forth. But guys, just wanted to share that with you. Like I said, maybe it can help someone. Maybe it can give you an idea how to do that. But I'm telling you, when you use cash, you spend less. If you want to cut down on your grocery budget, before I started budgeting for my groceries, I wish my husband was sitting in here with me. I spent at minimum $900 a month for 4 people. $900 a month. I kid you not. I was like, I can't see how I could spend less. That's how much it's costing, you know, Well, that's because I didn't want to give up certain things, or I didn't want to cook as much, or whatever. But 900 it was just not necessary. Especially now that I can do it for 400. Like I said, yes, I do have to budget a couple times a year to stock up my freezer with meats and stuff. But even with that, like, if I was just really being, chasing watching the sales and stuff, I can easily feed us for $100 a week. Easily. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. As usual, don't forget to thumbs up, share the video. Please share the video if you like the content. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.